Hi, I'm Ashley Forsyth, and I'm here with Rachel Hardman today. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
And Rachel is a photographer, and she's the owner of Live True Photo. And you can see her information right down there in her bio for her social media and also her website that you can take a look at on Pinterest. Rachel, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and how you got into this line of work?
Thank you, Ashley. This line of work is a lot. I do have another job. I'm a financial management analyst, and I love it, but it doesn't allow for a lot of creativity. So I really needed something creative to pull me out of routine. I don't love routine. I don't love mechanics. I like things to be adventurous. I like to feel like I'm living, and creativity kind of helps me feel that way. So photography was an outlet that allowed me to do that. And I kind of have wanted a camera for a long time, and I just went ahead and bought it and just started playing around with it. So it just kind of fell into my lap that way.
Awesome. So as far as, so you said your full-time job is what again? I'm sorry.
No problem. I'm a financial management analyst. Yeah.
Okay. And so you completely picked up photography on your own and you're self-taught. Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, I started out doing landscapes. I love old abandoned buildings. I loved anything that had a story that made me feel something. So I started out there, and then I have a very awesome sister-in-law who I love, who also does photography. And she kind of started letting me come to shoots with her. We kind of collaborated together. We have a ton of fun shooting together. We're both really goofy. We're really dorky. We really like to make shoots very relaxing. So that kind of allowed me to start taking pictures of people. And then I just from there, this is kind of how it went.
Awesome. So it was almost like an apprenticeship, like with your sister-in-law, and that's awesome. So anyways, I know Rachel because she came and shot at an event that me and Crystal Guerra hosted, and it was Boss Babes Night Out. And we were so excited. You were so enthusiastic and like very good at communicating back with us. I know when Crystal inquired about your interest. And what drew us to you was your portraits and just like your ability to like capture individuals. I think a lot of people do get really into like the wedding niche market for photography, or like engagements, or family stuff, and you have some of that, but I think what we really wanted was somebody to be able to capture like an individual. And so you guys can go take a look at her Live True Photo on Instagram. It is the pictures are gorgeous. So, and I love the ones I got back from you as well. But let's see what on the agenda. So you said you started with landscapes. Mm-hmm. And at what point, and you were also shadowing your sister-in-law, at what point did you kind of take the leap to maybe create your own business name, your own page? Like what fully got you there?
So I won't say there are not any direct steps. I'm a very firm believer in doing what makes you happy and going after what is true for yourself. And I feel like, again, with photography, it just kind of happens. So I'm very open to opportunities and things that come my way. And I'm very open to how I feel about things. So while doing your event, when Crystal approached me, I was so thrilled because it's all about an event for women, and it's an event that's helping women and being around amazing women that are doing what's true for them and going after their dream. And so so literally as opportunities came my way, I would just jump on them, as long as they felt good to me. And even I can tell you at this point, I'm not 100% sure where I'm going with photography, but I'm taking what comes my way, because I believe sometimes things come your way because they're needed for you to grow, to take you where you next need to be on your path. So, so where I'm at today is a lot of just because I decided to say yes to things that scared the crap out of me. I was terrified, but I feel like things like this would come your way to help you grow. And so I went from like, doing portraits or doing a wedding or doing events. And so, I mean, that's kind of, and honestly, like I said, I'm still right now, I'm like, do I even want to do it? Where do I want to go? And I don't know, but I will always follow what feels best, what makes me smile. Hopefully I answered your question there.
I guess it was more specifically what took you from just being interested in it and it's a hobby to directly saying, I want to open Live True Photo. I want to have my own page. I want to have my own business.
Okay, so I absolutely started, I love doing it. So before I even started Live True Photo, and before I was getting creative, I was like, I want to do things that allow me to be a part of people's stories allow me to have adventures, allow me to feel like I'm living life. And so as I was taking photos, all of those things were happening. I was having so much fun. And I thought, you know what, and you know, I think there's a big part, you don't really feel like you're, for anyone starting out, I think at first you're like, I'm not, you know, it's like, I'm not really that person. I'm not a photographer yet. I'm just someone having fun. I mean, I think, you know, you feel like you're just kind of a phony until you're actually there. And then all of a sudden, you know, I was like, wait a minute, I can really do this. I can do this, and maybe I can make a little money on the side. And so that's when I started to be a little more strategic and a little more, you know, with my brand and with my marketing, like, what can I do to really make this a reality? But it took me a little bit to figure it out, or to even think that I truly was a photographer, because, you know, we're hard on ourselves. And I don't know. So yes, I was just enjoying it, having a ton of fun, and then realizing that this could really be something for me. This is something that made me smile. So yes. So then I decided to take it a little more seriously, and you know, start looking at ways that I could make the business grow.
Awesome. And I mean, you do a very good job with running your social media and branding yourself. And so that is going to be something I want to talk with you specifically about a little bit later. But as of right now, I wanted to ask you if you had a piece of advice from your experience that you would like to leave women with today, who are wanting to start their own business or start working for themselves. What would it be?
Okay, so I know everyone's probably heard this before, but it is so true. Start before you're ready. Literally, like, I'm telling you, maybe 2 weeks ago, I realized I was actually a photographer. Like, still some days I'm like, there's still so much I need to learn. I'm not a photographer yet. There's still so much, you know, there's still always so much room to grow. But you just need to jump in. Literally, close your eyes, jump in, and then as opportunities or things come your way, it is scary because you're learning, but just go after them, just tackle them. Yeah, don't stop yourself, and have fun along the way. Have fun along the way for sure.
Start before you're ready. I think that's awesome. And I think that a lot of people realize, well, nobody's ready. What do they say? Like, if you're trying to like be ready to be a parent, like, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, it's just, you just either have to do it or not do it. So that's great. I want to remember that. That should be your quote when I do your feature.
Yeah. I love that.
All right, so specifically, what I really wanted to talk about, which I felt like is the advice column, something that any company or anybody listening to this can take advice from, whether they're doing photography or any business, is you specifically. I said that you market yourself really well. You've got a great following going on Instagram. Can you kind of tell me about how you started, like what type of collaborations you did, if you did any free type of trade work or participated in anything that really got your name out there and got your following to where it is today?
Thank you. Sure, I do a lot of trade work. I'm definitely a believer in opportunities that come my way. So I mean, I work with a bunch of people locally in Salt Lake City. Soul Lounge is something that I've worked with. And then, you know, I love to just get together. If any photographer hits me up and they want to go take pictures, I am completely down for it. I just posted on my Instagram the other day, a post where I was like, if anybody wants to learn to take star pictures or go try to, you know, get better practice at it, let's do it. Like, I'm open to meeting new people. I'm open to hanging out with people. There are so many talented people in Salt Lake City, so many talented artists, regardless of, you know, what the trade is. If they're, you know, they're just a lot of fun people. So I'm just open to that. And then, you know, like, as I meet people and we do some trade work shoots, then maybe they'll hit me up later and want family pics, or, you know, I'm not afraid also to hit up people that I kind of feel like is like me or has the message that I have to do pictures. So I'll do that. You really have to be, I'm okay to be outgoing, and I'm okay sometimes to look stupid, because let's be honest, it's really easy for me to do that sometimes. But I'm okay with all of that, as long as it is true to who I am and like kind of the same vibe as my business and things like that. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to ask people. And also, again, don't be afraid to tackle any opportunity that just hits you. Even if it feels so scary, like, do it.
Yeah, I like how you said true to yourself and true to your brand. That's the thing that I keep getting when I'm doing these interviews with people and they're talking about their social media. They're like, collaborations are great, but not if it's too far from, you know, your branding or what you're trying to get. So, for example, you came and you did the photo shoot with our event, Boss Babes Night Out, and you felt like this was going to be a good thing for your brand. You felt like it kind of fit in with your niche. Tell us a little bit about like your decision-making process and that, and as far as connections that you've made, like how you expect that to help you, even though it was mostly a donation of your time. You did it for a very small amount for the event.
Yes. Well, again, like I mean, what you guys, I mean, it was something that just made me feel good. I knew also I love being around women that are going after it. And, it doesn't even matter if it's women, it can be men too. Like I am so inspired by people that truly go after whatever it is they want in life, because believe me, I know that it is not easy. It's taken me quite some time to figure out exactly what I want in life. And sometimes I feel like, do I even really know? It always changes. But anything that kind of promotes that, going after it, dream chasers, helping other people. We come home, we go to bed. Anything that pulls me out of that, a starry night, campfires. I'm all about nature. Take me to the mountains. I'll go with you anywhere to the mountains. So, I mean, that's just all kind of who I am as a person, which is my brand. And that's kind of what I do. I think, is that something that I would do? Is that something that speaks to me? Is that me? And in a nutshell, if it is, then I'm going to jump on it. And your event was very much a piece of me and a piece of something I want to be a part of. You guys, amazing women doing their thing. Who could say no to that? So I was very grateful for the opportunity. So thank you, Ashley. And
thank you.
Yeah.
And I just kind of want to talk a little bit to the people listening in about the type, so if Rachel, for example, ways that this could benefit her and her business is that she does this event, and then Crystal and I, who hosted the event, who already had a big network of young professionals and people with followings and people interested in getting professional content and media, were commenting and tagging Live True Photo. So we're like, these photos from Rachel at Live True Photo. And so whenever you do a collaboration and you get people to, advertise for you, it gets people following your page, it gets people saying like, oh, maybe this is who I should book my next photos with. And it's the same with any service. So this hypothetically works for any business anywhere. Right. And then you also got to come out and you got to meet a bunch of the people and do their portraits. So it's, I don't know if any of them have hit you up yet to be like, hey, can I do another photo shoot? But that's also a very common thing too, is I like these photos that I got from her before, and now I know her, and now that's an easy connection to make. So that's yeah, sorry?
Yes, I will say, it is about money. I like to make money, but it's not also all about money for me. And I know that not everyone can do that. I do work another job, so I can say that I don't need money right away, but I don't turn things away based off of the money or the pay. If it feels good to me, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. Basically, I am here to have fun. I'm here to feel alive. I am here to have adventure. And, success doesn't come, success is different for everybody. So I guess I just want to say, if you're having fun and if you're loving it, then everything else will come, right? People will sense that. It will attract other things. So I guess I just want to throw that out there too.
Do you feel like a lot of your following has come from you doing photo shoots with people and then them posting and tagging you? Like, you feel like that's where all of the hype and circulation gets around your stuff?
I mean, I definitely spend some time on Instagram, right, to try to follow people like me and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's part of it. And then I do try to post pictures that mean something to me, that are true. I'm saying true, but really just something that means, like if I post a picture with a certain caption, it's something that means something to me. So I try to do that. I really try to post that, and then hopefully that gets hype. I don't know, sometimes I don't get all the hype, to be honest. Again, it's that whole question, do you post for you or do you post for other people? And, some days I'm just like, I love this picture. I hope everyone else does or not. I don't know. Again, I don't know that there's any certain magic to it. I just try to come back to, what is it that I love? What is it that makes me smile? What is it that makes me unique? If I like it, maybe someone else will like it. And then I just try to, I don't know, go from there.
Yeah, and being authentic to what you like is important. And a lot of people say that too. If you're really working on branding yourself, you want to make sure it's not going to ring as true if you're not, being authentic to what you really appreciate and like.
I believe in that.
All right. So let me see where we're at. Okay, so as far as now, the time to flip the interview, you can ask me any question that you'd like. You can ask me about health and fitness meals, or like my nutrition company, Your Way Nutrition, or just anything personal. It's completely up to you.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm glad that it's my turn to ask you questions now. Okay, so first of all, I think it's amazing. Your business is amazing. And I wish that I could meal prep. I try, and it's a struggle. So I have two questions, if you don't mind. My first one is, what is your favorite go-to meal prep for people like me that are desperate to know how to eat healthy?
Oh, like if you're not like ordering food, like what's the best thing to just like,
what could I buy? What could I make for me that's a healthy meal? It's like, what's your go-to,
I mean, how simple are you trying to make this?
Pretty simple.
I don't know, like I'm always like, hey, like you can literally get like the Uncle Ben's like rice cups and a rotisserie chicken and like measure out your portions. And that's like as simple as I think like it gets. Like when people are like, I don't cook, I don't have time for anything, I don't have, you know, whatever money to pay for anything nice. And I'm like, rotisserie chicken and vegetables and rice packets. Like it can be very simple like that. And I mean, the thing about the rotisserie chicken is like how lean are you trying to go? You're going to try to take off the skin, you know, like you try to like peel off the chicken so you can like actually get an actual measurement. Are you trying to get really specific with your macros? There's just a lot of things, but what?
What's your favorite?
I haven't prepped for myself in like 5 years. At least, like as long as the business has been, and I've ordered food with us every week. So I mean, I guess I prep for myself when I'm working in the kitchen.
Got it.
But it's a little bit different now because it's like we cook in such high quantities that maybe in a whole day I like work on like 2 dishes. So I mean, as far as like my recipes, I think one of my favorite recipes that we have, and we do sell our recipes, by the way, but one of my favorite ones that I have, I want to say it's like this week, it's like the Thai turkey burger. I like all the Thai food. I'm like a big fan of any of like the Asian type of foods that we have, or like Hispanic type of foods that we have. Yeah, but we have 12 different menus. We've got like hundreds of recipes, so it's kind of hard to like just pick one. But on our website, underneath our bios, I think I like narrowed it down to like 5 of my favorites.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, lastly, I kind of stalked your Instagram, and you definitely are someone that knows discipline, it looks like, and you know, you've worked hard. You have your own business. What's some advice you could give women, you know, like even with me in photography, like you hit a wall. There's always a wall that you hit, and you're like, I'm not good enough, I'm not creative enough, there's so many people doing what I'm doing, you know, I suck or whatever. You know, what advice can you give to help us push through that wall? Because clearly you've had to.
I mean, everybody gets in negative headspaces. And a lot of that is what it is. It's like a headspace is how you talk to yourself. It's your Can you see my freaking cat's head?
I love it. Hi.
You guys do.
Wow, you're cute.
He like always comes behind my chair whenever I'm working. It's kind of funny. So I think that you really have to work on like what your self-talk is. I think to kind of get yourself over those humps more than anything, creatively wise, really just expect that you're going to be evolving. I think a lot of people get like, this is my original idea and this was perfect and it's not working and I can't change it because this was perfect. I think that if you have a mindset where you expect that you allow creativity and you allow things to evolve and you allow feedback, that kind of pushes you through, and like new things to improve things projects can be fun, not just like a drag. So I think that if you love what you do, it's really easy to move forward and allow for change and be excited about that. Did I answer the question?
You answered the question. That's great. I appreciate that.
Thanks. Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for coming on today. I'll give you some more information about your feature, but I'm super excited to have you. Make sure you get me your picture. And what was the quote that I said that we liked?
Start before you're ready.
Yes, I love it. Yes. So we'll just I'll be excited to do your feature, and I'm like at least a couple weeks out, but I'll let you know when. And thank you for coming on with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Ashley. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Have a good day.
See ya. Bye.